I just want to say thank you everyone for coming out here and supporting such a great cause. I just lost someone recently who took their own life. She was a very positive influence in my life, and that will live on, and I will make sure that live on, and I'm gonna help make a change in this community. I myself have tried to commit suicide twice, so I've seen it from both ends, and it's just a sad thing, and it's a preventable death, and it needs to change, and we need to help each other. We need to be there for each other.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. This is a very important thing that we're trying to do, raise awareness to help prevent suicides. Is that our granddaughter?
Yes, it is.
She wants her voice heard in this cause, okay? Suicide affects each and every one of us. Whether it affects us directly because we're family or friends or spouse, or just we're part of the community, a life lost, especially to suicide, is a very difficult thing to deal with. It's the one death that has no answer and causes us to ask a lot of questions. And it can be really difficult to get through. That's why we have to come together as a community to not only help support those who have lost someone, help somebody who may be going through something themselves right now, but to also help raise awareness to say, listen, it's not the final solution. There are other answers, and we can help. Half of it is just showing you care, and you're out here this morning shows that you care.
Thank you for coming today. Showing up is so important. It really is. And when David and a number of you got this program off the ground now, well, it's been a couple of years since we've been doing the large walks. I think we did it in part as a response to a crisis in our schools where we had a spate of suicides. And you know, the key is, you're really making this tough on me. All right.
That was in case you were boring, that's all.
So, but we haven't had a rash of suicides among young people, thank God, of late.
Amen.
But I'd like to think that the sensitizing of the public to that problem helped in some small way. Because when people, the way to prevent suicide, or as many of them as we conceivably can, means that we have to talk, we have to communicate, we have to, as Dave put it just very well just a moment ago, we have to let folks know who, you know, may be considering suicide that there is a different way, there is a different course.
No matter what someone's state of mind is, there should always be hope. No matter what the situation is, it is not so dire that it leads one to take their own life. Now, many people are in despair. This affects everybody, all segments of the community. It touched, my son had a close friend who committed suicide about a year and a half ago. It shook him. I don't think I appreciated how much it shook him, and it shook me. I'm happy to support this cause, the cause of awareness, of giving people hope, of knowing that people care, because the suicide has just a terrible effect, obviously not only on the person who is doing it, but the family and friends.
People have said suicide affects everybody, and when I was a student at New Bedford High School, suicide affected New Bedford High School at that time, and that was in the 90s. And I've seen suicide actually affect people even in medical school, so doctors are not immune to this, and this is a problem that cuts across all sectors of the community. And one of the things that's important is to make sure that people have a sense of purpose and that they understand their self-worth. And that's really how you have to listen for people when they're falling off that, when they're not feeling like what their life has meaning. So make sure that we are mindful and that we listen and we really pay attention, and we can make a big difference in people's lives by just being there and being someone to talk to. And you know, unfortunately, we see this I've seen this in my medical practice where people have despair, and I think every doctor that practices has unfortunately seen what the effects of suicide can have for patients and for their families. So this is a great opportunity for us to come together and to show our community that we care about this issue and that we're going to do something about it. So thank you.